Ruto cannot govern this country. Whatever theatrics is engaged in are not important. People have died under his watch, and he just back and go. He has no option.
Busia Senator Okiya Omtata, the newest presidential hopeful in town, Omtata playwright, is widely regarded as one of the country's most prominent litigious activists, now considered a public defender after successfully contesting several high-profile cases in court, often on his own.
The entire Kenya Kwanza administration, led by Mr. Ruto, must vacate power. The call that Ruto must go is not an idle call, it's a call whose time has come. Mr. Ruto told us that criminals were on the streets. He has not produced a single criminal. You cannot be told lies every day. Senator. So I am demanding that President Ruto vacates office as the only honorable thing to do. He is unable to balance our budget. It has collapsed. Everything around him is collapsing. So you cannot say that his juniors should bear the burden.
A government critic by excellent, Omtata is not a lawyer, but the corridors of the courts are likely familiar with his presence, given the significant amount of time he has spent there. Even after being elected as Busia Senator in 2022, Omtata continues to find time to champion the cause of the voiceless by contesting unpopular laws in court.
The only thing the president can do, and have me accept, if he can resurrect the dead. If he cannot resurrect those people who are killed, he just has to back and go. Ruto cannot govern this country. Whatever theatrics is engaged in are not important. People have died under his watch, and he just back and go. He has no option.
One of the most memorable moments from his early days of activism was when he chained himself outside Vigilant House along Arambe Avenue to protest police excesses in the country. Back then little known to most Kenyans, he threw away the key to the chain only to be removed by police and locked away only to return after being released.
We are not independent. We have a flag independence, but if you look at the national anthem, if you have not realized the destination or the dreams of the founders of this nation, so we have to go back to the national anthem and say we must build a modern state where it is citizens come first, not anything else. But we are not independent. We are dependent on very many forces. But it's because the leadership has failed us. With the proper leadership, we don't have to be dependent on anything. But we must stand and be true to ourselves and demand that Ruto cannot govern this country. Whatever theatrics is engaged in are not important. People have died under his watch, and he just back and go. He has no option.
This marked the beginning of his shift towards legal activism. Omtata was born and raised in Busia. After completing his A-levels at Tudunyo College, he chose to study philosophy at St. Augustine Major Seminaries in Bungoma, instead of pursuing a bachelor's degree in commerce at the University of Nairobi UON, where he had been admitted. Omtata, who still wears his rosary frequently, was once on the brink of a career in the priesthood before becoming a well-known human rights activist. His journey has not been without difficulties. For instance, in March this year, Omtata was attacked by a group of young men after leaving a Busia court. He was stoned while driving and his vehicle's window was broken. He sought cover at a nearby agricultural training center. Despite such challenges, Omtata has now forged his path and now set precedent by gazetting a 10-member committee to assess his chances of running for president in 2027 general election. According to the Senate, the country is at a critical juncture and the call to serve has never been more urgent. After careful consideration and consultations with his advisors, community leaders, and citizens, he announced the formation of the Presidential Exploratory Committee, which will thoroughly assess the viability of his candidacy. Omtata said that he has taken significant steps to establish the Exploratory Committee and he is eager to see what actions are needed to succeed in his endeavor. The committee will eventually provide its verdict. While Omtata's group is associated with the National Construction Alliance NRA party, he emphasized that the priority is to build a movement and platform.